So what's happening here, there is no progression. We're funking in D. It's D minor. And harmonically, it's D minor, mostly with D minor 6. And the key, as with playing any type of groove music, is, once again, the rhythmic consistency and keeping that energy until it becomes infectious. So the voicing I'm using here, it's just a D minor triad, and incorporating the single note hammer-on, just taking that fifth up to the sixth of the chord. So it's changing that D minor to D minor 6. So that's not difficult. And then the triplet turnaround that I used was going from so you can see this part of it, the harmony, that's not the tricky part. The trickier part of it is locking in those 16th notes. The rhythm is pretty straightforward. It's like, so there isn't, too much to say about it. It's just locking it in. Then bop, 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 bop. So check out my right hand. Notice with the triplets, those are eighth notes I'm doing down here. That. So along with that, the only other thing that I threw in on occasion was taking this and just doing a little slide up to the flat 7. So that's something that you can add to it to bring a slight variation, still with keeping the rhythm consistent. On the 1. You might want to sustain it. So the idea is, creating your own part with the concepts from the examples that we've been working on. There could be some other variations in there, and just to show you what's happening down there with the bass, that might be something that you want to double up. That could also be cool, just thinking production wise, if you want to work on some of your heavier, muted, palm muted guitar tones, that would be like a super thing to. With a heavier tone, I'm sure you know what I mean. And then, I could take it, that would kick the whole thing up a notch, and you could, jam some leads along with it. So what else can we say about that? And you notice that in the track, there's a section where it breaks down just with the bass and the hand claps. And the idea there is to further push you into keeping the time. And in this case, now that you don't have the kick drum and the hi-hat going through there, you can listen to what the bass player is doing and use that as a point of reference. And then you'll see that, at the end of the performance example, even after the band stopped, I kept that rhythm going. So that's also something that you can keep in mind. You have to develop your own sense of time so that in that instance, if there's a break and it's a stop time and everyone is relying on you to stay on the beat so that they can come back in, that you have that strong rhythmic feel, to be able to do that. So I can't stress it enough. Time is everything I would say, in any style of music that you're going to be playing. The feel is important. And in the case of, playing these type of grooves, subdividing those 16th notes and having that ingrained in you is essential. And speaking of subdividing those 16th notes and relating back to the little bass hand clap breakdown, there was a fill that I played at the end of that, which I should point out. And what I did is I took that same D minor 6, but I went up and put the F on top. So you had that little tritone thing up there, and I did this little chicken scratch turn, which was a triplet. Again, notice what's happening here. My foot you don't see that foot, but that's where the time is. Ah. All right, so there you have it.